This is funny. This is wet time, guys. Wet time. Yo, what is going on, guys? Today we are checking out here the Vivi Ace01 e-bike. This is my second e-bike that I review for this company, and let me tell you guys, they don't disappoint. This one here has excellent qualities. Everything you're watching right now, from the unboxing to the setup, is just a recap of everything that we have done. This thing came very well packed inside of the box. Nothing came damaged. It was delivered by FedEx, which we know is a little bit of a red flag. Every time I hear that it's FedEx delivering an e-bike, I really get nervous. They have damaged at least 3 e-bikes in the past. But anyways, this Ace01 by Vivi has a 750 watt motor, 48 volts, 15 amp hours. It's able to charge between 4 and 6 hours approximately, depending on what percentage you have before putting it to charge. It does have a maximum range of 60 miles with a maximum speed of 25 miles per hour. It has a load capacity of, or a maximum load capacity of 330 pounds. It is IP54 certified, which means that you can splash it a little bit with water, but just be careful. Don't submerge it. You will regret it. Again, the maximum speed, 25 miles. Also, this one has 5 different pedal assist modes. It is made out of aluminum 6061 and it weighs about 72 pounds, so it is quite light considering that this one has 26-inch by 4-inch tires. And right here, guys, we're just completing the assembly. Don't forget that on the brake caliper you do have a little spacer on this particular step, and I know because I tried putting the rotor through and it wasn't going through, and since it is black in color, it's a little hard to see, but you have to remove that spacer. So getting back here to the specs of the bike, again, it is a very nice e-bike. It comes with hydraulic brakes on the front and the rear. You get front suspension, which is super nice. Also, you get a front headlight, but you don't get a tail light. However, you do get a nice rack on the rear as well. It is a pretty complete e-bike if you guys ask me. It comes with a very nice smart LCD display as well. And right here, we're just setting up all the little details on it. Make sure that your steering is straight before tightening those 2 number 4 Allen screws. Let's put on the seat. Let's make sure everything is nice and tight. This is the bell. Totally optional, but I like to install it since we don't have a electronic horn. It is always nice to have something. Trust me, guys, I have come across many pedestrians before, and they don't really look out. The tires have to be inflated to about 30 psi on the front and the rear. Peeling time, so satisfying. We have the keys to the battery. These are the 2 levers. We have the display, the Shimano 7-speed system, the bell, and the throttle as well. To turn it on, just press the power key for about 2 seconds. Here we have the pedal assist modes. It goes up to 5, as I mentioned earlier. And then you have your odometer, you have your trips. If you press and hold the plus and minus, it takes you to the P settings. The first one is for the LCD brightness, and the second one is for miles or kilometers. And then we have one which is for the speed. That's going to be P08. And right now we set it to 40 kilometers per hour, which means that it goes up to 25 miles per hour, guys. It is a very simple system here, nothing overly complicated, which is what we look for as consumers. And then here we have the headlight as well. Just hold and press the plus key for a few seconds. It charges at the bottom here, and then we have the little key to release the battery. Let's go ahead and take a look at the battery real quick. We have all the specs. It is quite heavy, giving us the indication that it has true specs. Again, 15 amp hours, 48 volts. It is a decent size pack, and I'm hoping to get a lot from it, guys. Okay, we got it all checked out. Make sure that you always check your tire pressure. Make sure you check all the bolts and nuts. It is just common sense. And here you guys can see that we already have 12 miles into the odometer. We have a fully charged battery. We're currently on pedal assist number 5, but we're going to start at pedal assist number 1 because of the speed test that we typically do. So yes, guys, the Vivi so far has shown to have great qualities. The motor is somewhat quieter than the average bike, which is great. So right here we are testing it, just giving it throttle only, and as you guys can observe, it does 5 miles per hour. It says 7 on the display, and we are in fact doing 8 here. The display now says 8 and this says 8. So there we go, guys. We have a perfectly calibrated little speedometer here. So now we're going to try speed test number 2. Speed test number 1 did up to 8 miles, and then this is number 2, which is currently taking us to 10 miles per hour. And of course we have now pedal assist number 3. So 2 took us to 10 miles. 3 makes a big jump in terms of speed. We're currently doing now 14 miles per hour. Now we have pedal assist here, number 4. Now we're doing 18 miles per hour. And finally we have pedal assist number 5. This will take us all the way up to 25 miles per hour. It has the potential to do a little bit more, guys, but honestly I think this thing is throttled right now, and that's why we can't go up to like 28. Sometimes I've seen them do up to 32, but it has to do because I think the controller is restricted up to 25 miles per hour. So that's the maximum speed with the 5 pedal assist that we have on this e-bike. Of course, it started raining here where I'm at today. Weather has been very, very, I call it bipolar. And that's Florida for you guys. So unfortunately, we can't control that. But so far, this e-bike is handling well. And now that we have a little bit of a wet terrain here, it is a great opportunity to check the traction on these tires. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to speed up to about 20 miles per hour, right about there. And then we're going to complete a stopping power test here with these hydraulic brakes. We're going to start it right about where those white poles are, right about here. And these brakes are typical hydraulic brakes. They bite very well. It took nothing, guys, to come to a complete stop. I would say that took like maybe 14 feet, 15 feet the maximum. And I seen not so great hydraulic brakes stopping at about 20 feet. So these are definitely competitive. Something I would like to comment about is that when you are giving it throttle on higher pedal assist modes, it does whine a little bit more, and I'm referring to the motor. It is not terrible. I would say this is quite common on most e-bikes. I hardly ever have seen an e-bike that doesn't whine at all. But what I can tell you is that the whine on this particular bike is a lot less than other e-bikes that I've tested recently. So that's a good thing. So now what we're going to do next is just complete a little bit of an off-road here. We're going to go all the way around these trees and test these all-terrain tires, guys. Now we do know that all-terrain tires are designed for this kind of terrain, and this e-bike on pedal assist number 5 is doing it like nothing happened, guys. So the weather here, as you can tell, the rain is going to hit quite hard very shortly, but that is still not stopping us from doing this, guys. This terrain is kind of dry still. This is not pouring yet, but man, it is just a breeze going off-road on this e-bike. And this time I'm gonna do something different with this e-bike. We have a little hill here coming up, and we're gonna try to climb it on pedal assist number 5 without going on the pavement. So right here, you guys can see that this is like a 10-degree incline. It's not that aggressive, but doing off-road with my weight, it is doing great, guys. Now we don't have rear suspension, so you guys know exactly what's going to happen. The rear is going to feel a little bit tougher. You can always fix that by getting a suspension seat, but the front is doing fantastic. On the front right now, I have it unlocked for the suspension, and the preload, I have it semi-hard, so that it is a little bit better on pavement, which is where I ride the most. So here we are now at the steepest side of the park. This one has about a 15% incline, and we are on pedal assist number 5, and so we're going to climb it and see how it does. Now this is without pedaling at all. You guys are seeing that here on the angles of the camera. I am not pedaling, and this thing is actually quite impressive, guys. It is a lot more powerful than I thought it was going to be. Honestly, I thought it was just going to be another e-bike with a 750 watt motor, but in reality this thing is super cool, climbing at about 13-14 miles per hour. Other e-bikes in this same category have done it about 11, sometimes 9 miles per hour. Now here's a test that I consider to be quite serious, which is the hill climbing. But this one here, it's not like the other off-road hill climbing that we did, which was about a 10% incline. This one is 15 incline, and the rain is right behind me. So here we go, guys. This thing is climbing at speeds, and if you guys watch my channel, you have seen other e-bikes struggling. I am not pedaling. This is a single motor, and this is quite impressive, guys. It is amazing, amazing. It just did it without pedaling. So there we can see that not all e-bikes are built the same way, guys. Vivi has shown to provide excellent quality here. The suspension on the front also, guys, the little knobs here, talking about suspension earlier, well, I'm just gonna add to it. These preload settings and the lock and unlock mechanism here works far better than I've seen on other e-bikes, again in this same category, which is 750 watts. This is funny. This is wet time, guys. Wet time. Hardcore wet time. Not good, but it is a great opportunity to test it out and see if it holds up until I get to some sort of shade, guys. Woo. I got it. I think I got it. There was quite a thunderstorm that we just went through. We found one of those gazebos, and we took a little bit of shade there, guys. In case I forgot to mention, the maximum height that this bike supports is about 6'5", and the minimum is about 5'1", according to their site. Also, it has a maximum load capacity of 330 pounds, which is quite a lot. I myself, as you guys probably know, weighed 216 pounds. I lost 4 pounds, and all of those tests that we have done have been quite impressive, besides the fact that it's currently raining. Also, keep in mind that we have the torque sensor, which helps you save more energy. It is a lot more efficient. And I do prefer the torque sensor over the other sensors that are available out there. And it has to do because of the fact that with this bike you are actually exercising and not just pedaling and going at the same speed as the normal pedal assist. So again, in this case, it doesn't work the same as when you have it on the throttle. So if I hit the throttle and I'm on pedal assist 5, then it goes up to 25 miles. But if I want to go that fast, I actually had to pedal and push the bike a little bit more, giving me the opportunity to exercise and actually sweat. The battery on this one, as we know, is a 15 amp hours, 48 volts, and it's been holding fantastic. Before I made this section of the video and charged the battery, I only lost 1 bar. So that gives us the sense that this could potentially give us from 40 miles all the way up to 60 miles, but all that depends on your weight. It depends on how you're riding. In my case, I like to always go with pedal assist number 5 regardless. And if you're like me and you like to ride hardcore but you're not a lightweight person, well, just expect that that will get diminished a little bit. So when it comes here to the components on the handlebar, that is also doing great. They feel fantastic. The display, no issues here. The brakes are very nice and very comfortable on the hand. Also, We have here the Shimano system for the derailleur, and when you switch them, they work fine. They're very well calibrated, no issues, and I haven't had an issue with the Shimano systems in quite a while. It was only back then when I tested a side washer. It was a yellow one. It came completely misaligned, and I had to watch some tutorials on how to get it fixed, and I actually got it fixed. But yes, this just speaks for the quality of Vivi. It is tremendous, guys. Also, with the Vivi Ace01, we have fenders on the front and the rear. Just keep that in mind. In terms of the weight, it is not the lightest e-bike out there. It's just quite standard, and it is portable, but it's not foldable. Just keep in mind that it is not, so you're gonna need some sort of rack if you have a mid-size SUV like I do. Also, on the handle grip side, you can see how it has like some sort of support here for your palms, and that makes it very nice and grippy, very nice and comfortable. No fatigue whatsoever on my back. The seat is also surprisingly very comfortable as well, and I'm quite picky with that. Typically I switch seats, but with this one it's perfect. And that, my friends, has brought us here to the conclusion of the Vivi Ace01. It is an excellent e-bike with very little to desire from other e-bikes. Little things, I mean, the rear tail light, we don't have one. We just have a front headlight, which works amazing. No issues there whatsoever. And another thing is having rear suspension, or at least a rear suspension seat. That would have been amazing. And the fact that it doesn't have an actual horn, it has a bell. Those are just the tiny little things that I found on this e-bike that could benefit from having. And besides that, I think that the battery range is one of the highlights of this e-bike. The fact that we have a torque sensor, we have a nice powerful motor, in which I was impressed. You guys saw it for yourselves. It was able to climb hills off-road, which I never seen on any other e-bike in the past. That speaks a lot about this company, guys. Overall, I'm quite happy with the Vivi Ace01. With this being said, if you guys have any questions, just leave your comments below. Hit the like button, subscribe, comment, and share. And I'll see you on my next one.